All right, let's talk about increasing sales with Facebook ads, right? So again, how this training is structured is we have gone through 3 days, and today would be the lesson day 4, where we're going to make more money, right? More money with Facebook ads. The whole reason you run Facebook ads is to basically generate sales and leads. Yeah, I have to be a bit blunt because most business owners they try to hide and say, "Oh, I want to help some people. I'm here to do this and that." But most businesses are started because they want to make money, and let's be blunt. Let's be honest with that. All right. So what we're going to do today is we are going to introduce yourself. If you're new here, yeah, just introduce yourself in the chat group. It's going to be fun to hear from you. Use the Google Sheets that we have, put in there so people can network with you. Number two, we are going to talk about a primer to Facebook ads and how we can use it to actually run ads for your landing page, for your website, and for your business. And I'm going to go through practicals, right, of walking through running basic ads and also doing retargeting ads. So two things here today, basic ads and also retargeting ads. If you're not done retargeting ads, this is going to be eye-opening for you. If you've done it before, this could be a good refresher for you. But the whole point today is we're going to do real stuff. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the woo-woo and hoo-ha stuff that gets nothing done, but we're going to get things done. Now, you have already introduced yourself. If not, please find this Google Sheet inside the Telegram group. All right. For those who are new here today, my name is Ruben. I'm Head of Marketing and Lead. I'm also the co-founder of Cat Studio, a music school and dance school in Penang. I'm founder of Cat Insights Marketing Agency, where we help people with their marketing strategies, funnels, and more. Basically get them to reach more customers, reach more audiences, and to close them as well. I'm also a HRDF certified trainer. That means I'm certified to train companies, and the companies can use their HRDF fund, the Human Resource Fund, and claim back. And some of you may know me as a music producer. So the logos here are some of the companies that I help in terms of marketing and also training. But I'm going to skip this fast. It's not about me, it's about you today. So by now, you should already have your landing page ready for business. Yeah. Even if you have not, please go ahead and do it. And if you need help, just let me know in the Telegram group and I'll be able to help you. So you already have your landing page ready for business, and now it's time to either collect sales or get leads or whichever the goal that you have set for your business. It's up to you, yeah? So depending on your business model, you want to actually set up your own goals. My goals and your goals is different, so don't let me tell you what your goals are. All right, so the same thing as this, right? So when the extended MCO was announced, we came off the landing page pretty quickly within a day or so, within 24 hours in fact, right? It's a simple landing page, and the goal for my landing page is to collect leads. And I've collected a lot of leads. I think right now we have collected more than 400 plus of leads. And some of the leads are you here in this training itself. All right, and we offered a free training series just to do it and to just help people. So this is our goal. But for your goal, it could be different again. Okay. Anyway, today let's talk about running ads to drive traffic to your landing page. It could be a website as well. You don't have to be a landing page, but I recommend you to have a landing page in the first, because it's fast, it's easy, and it converts at a higher rate. All right. So first of all, when we talk about paid advertisements, what is traffic? If you have done digital marketing for a while, you might come across this term called traffic. People tell you, say, hey, you have to build traffic, you have to build traffic, you have to build traffic. But you're not a traffic police. How do you build traffic, right? What is traffic? Now, I like to compare websites and digital content as supermarkets or shopping malls, right? If a shopping mall today has no audience, has no traffic, therefore, they would not be able to survive, right? So the same thing works for websites itself. Now, let's think about a shopping mall that is near you right now. Maybe you are in KL now. Let's just say Pavilion or KLCC, right? Right now, they're in trouble because there's nobody walking into the mall itself. So the mall itself will actually have all these little questions that they ask. And in fact, there are also companies that do mall analytics for shopping malls. Like, for example, some shopping malls have applications. What is the reason they have an application? Is to track users, right? How many times do our users come back to our shopping mall? They're tracking that, and they're trying to learn the behaviors of the users. So that's what most of shopping malls apps are designed for, right? They are there to track their visitors. How often do they come back? How many visitors comes into our mall per day, right? Sometimes you see them using a clicker as a click, 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 and see how many visitors come in per day, right? And out of that, how many visitors that come in per day, how many of them buy something? What is the percentage of conversions. Who are these people? Are they young people? Are they, what are these demographics, right? And these are questions that a mall owner would ask its marketing team, right? And with that, they will be able to actually strategize the kinds of shops, the kinds of outlets that they have in the shopping mall itself. Now, this is quite familiar to all of you. I'm sure you have been to a shopping mall. You probably understand what I'm talking about. Now, this same thing is exactly the same thing for your website, right? For a website, for your landing page, it's the same thing. How many visitors comes into your site a day? Who are they? Are they your target customers, or are they just people who want to look at something and not buy something, right? And what's the average conversion rate? When, if you have 100 people coming into your site, how many of them actually convert into a lead or convert into a sale? What's the average conversion rate? Okay, what do people want to see or buy? Do they come to your site to take a look at what you have to say and just leave, or they come inside your site because they want what you have to offer? So there are no two same audiences. Every different audience are different. Your job is to basically find the ideal audience for your business, for your landing page itself. And the term that we use in the internet digital world is traffic, build traffic, right? But you have to remember that traffic are actually real people. And when I say real people, they are people with emotions. They are people who have feelings, and they come to your site, they'll read your site. And the only thing you can do to communicate with them is through your words itself. That's copywriting, yeah? So traffic are actually real people. You can't just buy people to come to your site. You can, but you must understand the concept that traffic is actually real people coming to your site. So real people are going to go into your site and look at what you have to offer, the colors, the way you write it, the pictures you put is going to affect how they feel, their emotions, and also their feeling. So those all things are, they all take into play about how effective your landing page is. Of course, this sort of thing comes with true experience. If you're starting off a landing page in the first time, it could be a bit hard for you to come out with something that is immediately convertible. Okay. Anyway, let's get to that later on. This is not our focus today. All right. So the question is, where do you get traffic from? Now, if you ask a digital marketer today, they'll say all sorts of different things. Yeah, some will say content marketing, some will say blogging, some will say just go on Facebook lah. Some will say social media, some will say LinkedIn is the best, some will say YouTube, some will say SEO, some will say go and do videos. Videos are the best. Take a video, just take your phone up and shoot yourself and just post it up. Something will happen magically. So what are other places? I'm going to ask you a question right now. Huh? What are other places you can get traffic right now? Can you answer me in the chat section? Besides the one I showed you on screen here, what are other places that you get traffic right now from? Phone calls? WhatsApp? Where do you get traffic from? Let's get you thinking, yeah? So we have traffic on WhatsApp, YouTube, right? Facebook, business cards. Business cards is one as well. I think when everyone is going online right now, going offline is still important, at least not during the MCO period, yeah, but still important, yeah. Physically is still important. Some people get traffic from events, right? Free online workshops, magazines, Instagram. Some people get traffic from t-shirts like this, right? We have lead t-shirt. Someone sees lead, someone Googles lead, I get traffic as well. So it works in many different places, right? It works on t-shirts, it works on referrals, seminars, a lot of different places to get traffic, right? So there's thousands and thousands of places. But you, as a marketer, need to know and go down to the best source of traffic that you can get from, all right? So thank you again for your answers. Those are brilliant answers. Let's move on. So paid ads, it's like turning on the tap of traffic. So with some of the things that you mentioned just now, like events and all that, or seminars, right? It's a bit harder to do that because you have to, you know, like set up a seminar, set up an event, think about the things to say, think about the things to speak about, and that you get traffic, right? But paid ads is a little bit different. All you do is just take money and throw, and you get traffic coming into your site. You basically buy traffic, right? This is what a lot of people tell you. And you can buy traffic from a lot of different places. Facebook is one of the most famous one. Google Ads, you have known it, you've seen it. You go in Google, you can see ads there. That's Google Ads. Instagram ads as well. Now, even Waze, the Waze app that you use also has ads for users. You have LinkedIn advertising as well. I want to ask, especially the guys on this one, who here knows what is Juicy Ads? Or maybe let me ask a different question. Who here do not know what is Juicy Ads? Let's see who knows what is Juicy Ads. Never heard before? Are you sure? No yeses at all. Orange. My gosh. There we go. There we go. I saw an answer that I want to see. Okay, so Facebook is a platform, right? Google Ads is a platform, right? Now, what about the darker side of the internet? Porn sites, gambling sites, all those sites? Those sites have ads as well, right? Now, those kind of sites, they run on a different platform, right? They don't run on Facebook. Facebook will ban them. They don't run on Google Ads. Google Ads will ban them. They run on different types of ad platforms like Juicy Ads. Juicy Ads is one of the biggest adult ads platform out there in the market. And I want you to realize this, right? While Facebook and also Google Ads is one of the biggest ad platforms, there are thousands of other ad platforms in the market that nobody seems to care about, right? There are a lot of different type of platforms. So the question is here, you can go and Google it, Juicy Ads if you want to. The question is, how do you pinpoint the platform to run ads? Now, I know everybody will tell you, say, hey, go Facebook, because that's what everyone uses. But sometimes Facebook is not for every business, right? Despite what every Facebook marketer tells you. I'm sure if you ask a Facebook marketer, everything also can advertise on Facebook one, but it's not true. All right. So how do you pinpoint? Two things that I feel that this is, you pinpoint a way to find the platforms to run ads. One is first you look at your broad demographics, right? So you want to understand your audience or your customers. Who are they, right? And you want to find out their age, their gender, their income, their location. So for example, let's say your audience is someone who is around age of 25, right? 25. His gender, maybe he is a male. Let's write this. His male, his income, something, and his location is in maybe Johor. All right, so if we know this demographics data here, where do you actually get this person? Where is this person residing in, right? So what happens here is basically, we know that this person, if he's 25, if he's male, in Johor, he probably uses Facebook, right? He also probably uses some porn sites, right? Right, so that determines the platform itself. Okay, now the next thing you do is you look at the second thing. Look at the specific interest. What is he interested in? A guy who is 25 years old, he's male, he is living in Johor. What is he interested in? Maybe he's a college kid, right? He reads magazines on education, something like that, right? Who are his heroes? Who is he aspiring to? Maybe he wants to be a business person and he likes, for example, Elon Musk, for example, right? So where does someone who likes Elon Musk, Elon Musk, he likes business, he's 25 years old, he's male, he's in Johor, where does he go to for content online? Maybe he reads entrepreneur.com. That's something that we can actually look at, right? Maybe he reads entrepreneur.com. So if we know our target audience reads something like entrepreneur.com, we can actually go to entrepreneur.com and say, hey, I want to run an ad targeting this person on your platform, right? That's something we can think about. So Facebook is not the only place you can advertise. There are thousands of other places you can advertise. In fact, if today you can advertise on YouTube, it's much cheaper than Facebook, all right? All right, so I want to give you a few more ways to think about why Facebook is not the only place to run ads. Now, your brand is also at stake too. Do you think every brand should advertise on Facebook? If I ask you right now, you'll probably say like maybe yes or no, right? Have you seen, quick question. All right, so to everyone here, what car is this? Do you know this car? I don't own one, yeah? But what car is this? It's not a Bugatti. Maserati. Do you know the model? Nah. Maybe someone here drive a Maserati. That would be interesting. Anyway, it's a very expensive car, right? So it's a Maserati. I don't know what model. I just put this off on the internet. It's a very expensive car, obviously. Now, my question to you is, right, if you believe that every brand can be advertised on Facebook, have you seen a Maserati ad on Facebook? Have you seen it before? Maybe you've seen it before. Yes, no? Or maybe not Maserati, maybe Rolls-Royce. Have you seen a Rolls-Royce ad on Facebook? Right? Now, the question is, I see a lot of no's here right now. Now, the question is, if you have not seen Maserati ads on Facebook, and if Facebook is so effective, why have Maserati not advertise on Facebook? Why do Rolls-Royce do not advertise on Facebook? What's the reason for that? Why? Can you answer that? What's the reason? Yeah, so why not? The question is why not? I saw one that says rich people do not have time on Facebook. That's actually false. I think that a lot of rich people also use Facebook. So what's the reason? There are rich people using Facebook. There are poor people using Facebook. There are mid-income people using Facebook. All sorts of people using Facebook. So, yeah. All right. So yeah, I see a few questions, a few answers here. Right? Distraction. We don't browse car company websites. Too much distraction. Expensive and need personalized service. Exclusive. Exclusive is something more I'm looking at. Right. So a car is something more for maybe that interests a male guy. Right. What about this bag? Who knows this bag? You don't know this bag? I'm sure you know this bag. Yeah? I didn't say Rosmar. You guys say Rosmar. I didn't say anything. Huh? All right, so we know this bag, right? Now, does the brand of this bag advertises on Facebook? Yes? No? Probably not, right? And the reason for that is because of context, right? I believe it's because of context. If a brand like Hermes or Rolls-Royce advertise on Facebook, it makes the brand looks cheap. It makes the brand looks like a mass market kind of thing. And that's not what the brand wants. Hermes is a very exclusive bags, right? So Hermes would say, oh, we are exquisite. We only advertise on places where placement is exquisite. Now, if you say Hermes does not advertise, that's false because Hermes actually advertise a lot. They spend millions on advertising, but it's on different places. They spend it on magazines. They spend it on billboards at rich areas, right? But they do not spend a single cent on Facebook right now if you check today, right? And the reason for that is because of context. So when you take into your own consideration of your own business, sometimes it's counterintuitive to actually advertise everything out on Facebook. Of course, if your brand is a mass market kind of thing, that may be fine. But think about it for a moment. As your brand gets bigger and more stronger, you probably want to put on Facebook. Okay? Now, word of caution as well. A lot of people out there, like digital marketers, will tell you and say, if you can spend 1 ringgit on Facebook and generate 2 ringgit in return, you never have to worry about money again. Have you heard these people say things like this? You spend $5, you get $10 in return. Always, right? Always. People say things like this to attract you and to tell you like, oh, this advertising on Facebook is the way, digital ads is the way, it's the best way to do it, right? We always hear that. Spend $5, get $10. Now, if it's that easy, Ruben will tell you and say, if it's that easy, then everyone would have done it, right? Because it's not that easy, okay? It's you can spend 1 ringgit, get 2 ringgit back, but as you scale, right? Maybe for the first few days when you spend up to 50 ringgit or 100 ringgit, you see that, right? But as you scale, the law of diminishing returns even applies to ads. Now, the law of diminishing returns means that you see a scale in the beginning, but you will eventually hit a threshold or a limit to things. Now, this is not just for ads, yeah? You go and look up the law of diminishing returns, you find it in business, you find it in factories and all that as well. So when it comes to paid advertising online, this also applies, right? The more you spend, and when you see a result already, you can't just scale it up until the end of the day, right? It doesn't work that way. So it's easier said than done. So take that advice with a pinch of salt and put some caution to it. Okay, so that said, the easiest paid ad platform on the digital market today is Facebook. And the reason for that is because it's easy to use. You don't have to be very technical to use. You don't have to understand a lot of tech stacks or techie stuff to be able to use Facebook. And I think that's something that Facebook has done really well because it's so easy to use. And one of the best things about Facebook is that targeting options are very thorough, meaning that you can target like, oh, I want to target someone who stays in Johor, 25 years old, is male, likes reading comics, and likes looking at 18xx sites as well. You can do that on Facebook, yeah? We can go very deep into the targeting options as well. Now, Facebook also has a huge user base of more than 2.2 billion users. That's huge, yeah. I think maybe the number is not much bigger right now, because what I've seen here in these stats here, right? This is in 2018. Now it's already 2020. So I think the number is much more than this. That means if Facebook is a country, it'll be the biggest country in the whole wide world, right? And imagine the amount of people you can target using that kind of audience size. All right. So another thing on Facebook is that people voluntarily give their data on Facebook, right? So if you're on Facebook, Facebook knows a lot about you. They even got into some data issues with the government recently, right? And Facebook knows every single thing. Your relationship, your location, because you post all these kind of things, right? Your interests, what you look at, what you like looking at, events that you go, stuff that you watch. You know, you watch videos on Facebook. Oh, they are tracking you, right? What kind of videos you watch? You watch, I don't know what kind of videos you watch, yeah? So a lot of people do sick stuff on Facebook, right? So I'm not going to get into that. But we know, I mean, Facebook knows what you do exactly. And even if you're not using Facebook, Facebook will also know the websites you visit, because every website today has a Facebook pixel. That means Facebook is also present in a lot of different websites, right? And Facebook will know which sites you visit. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I know I'm scaring you with all this data, but I'm going to show you how you can just see what Facebook knows about you. Would you like to know how to do that? Or you already know how to do this? Would you like to see what Facebook knows about you and who has your data today? I think this is really important for everyone. Just besides advertising, two things we can get from here. One is we understand how Facebook knows about us and we know what kind of data is being breached, right? Second, we can understand how we can target people using the data that Facebook knows about us. All right, I'll show you how to do this. Let me share my screen to my desktop and I'll show you exactly how to do this. Okay, so I'm here on my desktop, right? I'm here on my Facebook, okay? You can see my Facebook. I'm not going to open anything sensitive. If I do, please let me know so I would actually close it off quickly. All right. So the way to do this is to go down to your settings here. When you go down to your settings here, if you're on Facebook, you can do this and follow me. Click on settings. Okay. And then once you're inside your settings here, you want to go down and click on this thing called ads. See that? Click on ads. Now, when you click on ads, this is where everything happens, right? So this is what Facebook knows about you and thinks about you as a person. So I'm going to click on some of this. If you see anything that is not right, please forget tonight. So this is my interests. So this is what Facebook think. Okay, I'll repeat again. This is what Facebook think I am interested in. I'm interested in Infusionsoft. I'm interested in HubSpot. I'm interested in Salaryman, whatever that is. I'm interested in Indiegogo, data science, and all these funny things. Okay, this is what I am interested in according to Facebook. Now you can also go through different things. News, entertainment, right? Oh, I'm interested in slot machine. I didn't know that. Facebook thinks I am interested in slot machines. So that means if someone runs an advertisement targeting slot machine for a male guy living in KL with an age I wouldn't tell you, I will get targeted, maybe, right? Because I have an interest for slot machines. This is what Facebook thinks about me. Okay, so let's say I don't want this, right? I don't want to be targeted with this kind of interest. I can click and remove these things here, all right? I'm also interested in poker. I don't know how, but I don't even play poker, right? One of my hobbies and activities, my hobbies are into business analytics. I think that's accurate. My hobbies maybe dogs, right? Toilet. Why is my hobbies in toilet? I do not know. So these are basically what Facebook thinks about you. And all this data here comes from your activities, your browsing activities, browsing Facebook, and also browsing websites out there. Yeah, maybe toilet paper. That's right. I think so. Toilet paper should be the one. Maybe. All right, travel and places, right? Technology, people, right? Who I like, right? So you can see who I like. All these people here. Some people I don't even know. I like Tony Robbins. Actually, I don't like Tony Robbins. I don't like this I don't think that works. Yeah. Richard Branson, Skrillex, Gordon Ramsay. I love Gordon Ramsay. All right. So anyway, these are your interests, right? So you can look at your own interests and understand how Facebook would target someone if you were to put in their interests. See that? So you can also see what Facebook thinks about you. Now, this is not the worst yet. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to show you the advertisers and business. Of course, you can go through yourself. I won't show you my information because this is a bit of a privacy thing already. But let's look at advertisers and businesses. Okay, what does this mean? Yeah, this is even scarier. Yeah, if you look at advertisers and businesses, I want you to look at this word here. Who uploaded a list with your info and advertised to it? Now, this means, yeah, I'm going to recap this. This means all these businesses here has my email at least. They have uploaded my information containing at least my email, right, into a list, and now they can target me. All right. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I do not know how Kelsey Ballerini, I don't know who she is, has gotten my information, uploaded it up to Facebook, and now can target me. I don't know who she is. I've not got into touch with her. I can click on hide. But I want you to take a look at your own profile and see the thousands of websites, yeah, the thousands of websites who has your data, right? Again, this is basically advertisers who has uploaded a list with your info, yeah? These are people who has your data, and it's crazy, right? I don't know how these people get the data, my data, but I believe they bought this data from somewhere, okay? So luckily, I don't have any weird things here. You might find some weird things on your Facebook page, so that's up to you to find out, okay? Okay, I'm going to move on from this one here. Please have fun looking at your own information. I think you'll find a lot of different things. I'm going to move on and go back to my presentation. Okay, let me just share back my screen. If you have questions here along the way, just type them down, and I'll be happy to answer you as we go on. Okay, let me just share. Okay, back to this one. Okay. Yes, if upload phone number also include in there, yeah. Phone number is even worse than emails, by the way. Okay, so by the way, when you advertise on Facebook, so let's go back into a mind of an advertiser, yeah. Let's leave the data thing behind. There's no choice. If you want to use Facebook, you have to get your data. Just mind like that. You can't do anything about it. Anyway, when you advertise on Facebook as a business owner or as a marketer, you basically advertise to strangers. All right, we're talking about complete strangers here. And these people, they do not know if you are legit or not. They do not know if you are for real. And they are very doubtful about your offer. You can use ads to reach them, but they're doubtful about that. And one of the most important things is these people who are scrolling on Facebook, they're not looking to buy anything at all at that point when you reach them, right? So in terms of digital marketing, we call these people cold audiences. So cold audiences refer to people who do not know you, have not heard about you, have not tested your product, have not tried your product, and basically they are cold, right? Maybe you look something like that. So this exact same thing happened to probably some of you. So when you first saw an advertisement or you came across something on Facebook that says digitalkid.org, you might look like this guy here. You'll be like, who is this person? Why you appear on my Facebook? I don't know who you are, right? I don't know whether you're legit or not. But you click in anyway. You saw that it was free, so probably you sign up and just let's just check it out, right? So the mindset here, right, is to, or your job basically is to move people down a funnel. We talk about funnels, right? Email funnels, marketing funnels, sales funnels, they all refer back to the same thing. Now, when it comes back to Facebook advertising, what we are trying to do is to move people down a funnel, being from a cold audience into a hot audience. Hot audience means that they know you, they know what you have to offer, and they're ready to buy. So the problem is when we are reaching out to people on Facebook, most marketers, most business owners, they do exactly this one here. Now take a moment to look at this and see what if you understand what I'm trying to tell you here. Most business owners will reach out to people that do not know them and say, hey, buy my stuff lah. My stuff is good. My stuff is the best. This is what I sell. This is, I don't know how much, but please buy. You know, so you're just being like this person here, right? Hey, I just met you and then marry me lah. So when it comes to marketing online, advertisements, content, or whatnot, right? It's more towards building a relationship and also engagement with your audience outside. So you basically want to turn them from a cold audience into being a hot audience who will eventually buy from you, right? Now, here's another thing I want to share with you. This is very insightful, I believe. This is not from me, but this is what we call the demand. I forgot what is it called. It's called the demand buying chart or something like that. It's something done by Chet Holmes. Chet Holmes is a teacher on sales. Let me just type this down for you. I can't type. Okay, I'm not able to type. Anyway, this is created by Chet Holmes. So what we see here, okay, what we see here is basically the number of people out there. So in any given market, yeah, let me just take this and draw so I can see. In any given market, let's say you are in the market of selling handphones, if you're in a market of selling online programs, if you're in a market of whatever, right? In any given market at all, there's always 3% of people who wants to buy right now. So the problem is a lot of marketers, they try to target these 3% of people, or they assume that everyone is inside that 3% of people. Okay? So obviously that people who want to buy something right now, it's very small. It's only 3% of the whole population or the whole given market audience that you have, right? Now, another 7% of people here, another 7 people, they are open to it, but you have to convince them a little bit and tell them, let's say you are selling handphones you're selling handphones, right? You have to convince them why the iPhone 11 is the best and you have to get it. So they're open to buying it, but they're not ready yet, okay? Now, another 30% of people, they are not thinking about buying a new phone, right? But you can convince them to buy something, okay? Another 30% don't think they're interested. Oh, I'm not interested in a new phone. But with some education, with some engagement, you can turn them into customers. And then there's another 30% of people in a given market absolutely know that they're not interested at all. Totally not interested. Whatever you do, I'm totally not interested at all. So in any given market today, we have this segment of people, right? So the problem is, like I said earlier, a lot of people try to target the only top 3. But the better option today is to convert cold audience, which lies around here. Cold audience are here, right? And this is a big 67% of people in any given market that you can educate, you can engage with, you can talk with, and turn them from a cold audience into a warm audience. Of course, the 3% of people that would buy immediately from you, that's lucky, right? But there's a huge, bigger market lying here, which are untapped yet, which you need to actually curate, which you need to actually engage with people. So this is what we're going to do with our ads on Facebook, okay? All right, before we go into Facebook, I'm just going to go into a few misconceptions about Facebook ads. So some of you here might have run Facebook ads, and I'm going to bust a bit of some myth. Now, if you've been to my previous Facebook ad courses or some of my talks, you might have seen these slides before. Just stick with me. So I have 3 for you here today. Number 1 is you cannot carry likes to the bank, right? So I know a lot of business owners, they run ads and hope to get likes. If their posts do not get likes, then the campaign is not working anymore. So the idea here is when you run ads on Facebook or you run content on Facebook, don't rely on the likes. The likes is going to be low or high. It doesn't really matter because people are just trigger-happy clicking likes on your ads anyway, right? So don't aim to get page likes. It's not worth it. And to give you an example, this is back, I think, last year. There's this influencer, right, who have 2 million followers, okay? And she couldn't even sell 36 shirts. So the size of your followers does not relate back to how much you can sell. So when someone say, oh, if you build a big, huge Facebook page, you have a lot of audience you can sell, that's not true, right? And I think we've just seen here with this influencer girl here who cannot even sell 36 shirts. So that's something that tells us something. Now, number 2, misconceptions is engagements do not generate money and dollars. Now, I'm sure you've seen this before, and you have seen some companies or some businesses that has a lot of this PM here, PM. Have you seen those kind of things? Are you annoyed? Oh, PM, please PM. When you post something, or PM. All right. I'm sure you're pissed off, right? And we get this as well. This is one of our ads that we put out, and we had that PM thing here. Now, my logic here is if someone, how hard is it to write a PM? How long do I take? If I write a PM, right, command, that takes me 2 seconds. Now, if I invest only 2 seconds in my attention on an advertisement, do you think this person will buy? Do you think this person will buy something if he only can spend 2 seconds on, well, he probably doesn't even care, right? He just want to receive something from you and then, oh, like that, okay lah. I don't even care, right? So people who, if you see a lot of PM on other businesses, they get a lot of PMs, don't get jealous of them because PMs does not work, okay? You can't carry PMs to the bank. And people who type in PM and spend only 2 seconds on your ads, they wouldn't do anything, and they wouldn't buy anyway in the first place. Yeah, they're just curious, they're just busybodies. Okay, so don't rely on PM, don't rely on engagements. Engagement does not actually get you any sales. Number 3, nothing is wrong with your targeting. A lot of people will actually come and say, Ruben, I think something is wrong with my targeting. I spend 1,000, I spend 2,000 on my ads a day, but nothing happened. I think something is wrong with my targeting. I do this targeting, I target people here, I come out with like 10 different audiences, but no sales one. So I think Facebook don't work, right? So the thing is, a lot of people are worried about their targeting. How do we game the algorithms? I found a quick hack to do this and to come up with a super algorithm that reach the right people, right audience. But the thing is, right, the robots, Facebook's machine learning is smarter than you anyway, right? So it's never about your targeting, but it's more towards your offer, right? If you have a bad offer, even the best marketer can't help you. With all this sophisticated targeting, they cannot help you. You have to have a good offer with your ads. All right. I want to come back into those things before we're going to go into Facebook in a while. We're going to come back into these 2 things here. Now, for those of you who knows, can you type down for me, what is CAC and what is CLTV? All right, CAC is customer acquisition cost, that's right. And CLTV is customer lifetime value. All right. So these are your 2 most important metrics when it comes to advertising. Most important metrics, 2 most important things. So the CAC is basically the cost for you to acquire 1 customer. So I know some of you who run Facebook ads is going to ask this very big question: how much should I spend on Facebook? Everybody asks that. You go around in forums, everybody asks, well, what's a good amount to spend on Facebook? Should I spend $50 per day? Should I spend on $10 a day? Or how much should I spend on Facebook, right? And I think that's a very genuine question. And the reason why people ask that is because they do not know their CAC, which is their customer acquisition cost, and they do not know their customer lifetime value. All right. So these are the formulas to get the CAC and CLTV. Right here, what you see here is a simplified way of calculating that. Of course, when you run a business, when you run marketing costs, there's a lot of different expenses, but I'm keeping things simple, all right? So let's do a quick scenario. Let's say you are Starbucks, all right? Starbucks, let's just use Starbucks. I love using Starbucks because I think a lot of people consume it and we can make a very good case of it. Okay, so Starbucks, what is Starbucks CLTV? Can someone help me with this? Assuming a 1-year CLTV, 1 year CLTV for a typical customer, one typical customer. How much does a typical customer spend in Starbucks a year? What do you think? Let's do some math. You can put down your answers. I'm just going to see if I can get a few answers. Do a customer in Starbucks, let me just write this here. Maybe they spend 4 cups a month. Is that fair? 4 cups a month. Do you spend 4 cups a month in Starbucks? No. Okay, maybe 3 cups a month. 3 cups a month is fair, huh? Okay, let's say 3 cups a month. You guys are all more than that. Okay, 3, 4. Let's say 3, 4. 3 cups a month. Now, how much is a cup of Starbucks? Average. How much is a cup? 15. All right, I'm going to use 15. So let's say they spend 15 cups a month, right? 15 and RM 15, sorry. 15. And we have them spending 3 cups a month times, let me just change this to time so it's easier to see, 3 cups a month. So 1 month will give us 45 ringgit, right? Let's just say, very quick example of this, yeah, 45 ringgit. All right, so in a year, that would be how many cups? So we take 45 and we times that with 12. What is 45 times 12? Anybody? 45 times 12? Give me the answer here. I can't do maths. Okay, 550. All right, so 45 times 12 would equal to RM540. Okay, so we know that Starbucks collects on average, let's say, typically 540 ringgit from a customer. So we want to calculate their CLTV first, the customer lifetime value. So we know the average revenue per user is, let's say, 540. Let's do a year, yeah? 540 a year. And then the gross margin, let's say Starbucks, how much is Starbucks gross margin? How much do you think? 30%, 40%, 60%? How much do you think they make? What's the margin? 40%, 50, 70. Okay, I'm going to use 50, yeah? 50%. And then we calculate this by 1 year, to make things simple. All right, when we do this, 450 divided by 2, 50% will give us, come on, math whiz. I'm lazy to do math here. How much is that? 2? All right, thank you for that, 270. So we know Starbucks, this is a quick assumption, yeah, of course it's not accurate, please don't blame me for this. We know that Starbucks makes 270 in profit from a user in a year, all right? So when they acquire a user, that user becomes a hot audience who becomes happy with Starbucks services, Starbucks coffee. They spend around 270 a year. And we know that actually people who are Starbucks fanatics, they spend more than that, yeah. But let's say 270 a year. Now, when we know that one customer, one user, typically gives us 270 a year. Now, the question is, how much are you willing to pay to acquire one customer? Are you willing to pay 50 ringgit to get one customer? Do you think that is worth it to get one customer? Who says yes? Who says no? Okay, we got a couple of yeses and no, right? Now, the general rule, this general rule, pinch of salt, is to have a 4 times return on investment, okay? Return on ad spend or investment, yeah, ROAS. So if I can spend 50 ringgit to acquire one customer, right? And in the long run, we know that in 1 year, sorry for that, in 1 year, we spend 50 ringgit, and in 1 year, they will give us 270. I would say that this is very worth it, right? So in fact, I would spend more 50 ringgits to acquire users because I know they will typically spend 270 in a year. This is their lifetime value. And we're calculating only 1 year, right? So a quick calculation from this. So now when you take this and turn back to your paid advertisements, how much do you spend a day? If you spend like 500 ringgit a day, let's just say, yeah, today, you are Starbucks, you are the marketing manager of Starbucks, you spend 500 ringgit on ads per day, and you get only 10 customers. Is that worth it? Yes, it's worth it, right? Because you know that you're hitting in the numbers of 50 ringgit per customer, and you know that they will spend up to 270 in profits, giving you 270 in profits in 1 year. This is your CLTV. So when it comes to advertising, you have to know these two numbers from your business itself. So you have to know CAC and the CLTV is the most important 2 metrics. If you do not know these numbers, you're just doing advertising in the dark. You're just shooting blanks. You're just simply doing it and then hoping to be profitable. But at the end of the day, you're not. So always calculate your CLTV and match it up with the CAC. How much are you willing to pay to get one customer, and how much does a customer typically spend in your business on average? So this is something that you should do with your data. Now, how do we get the 50%? This 50% is made up. We're just assuming that Starbucks makes 50% from margin from their sales. Okay, so I hope this helps you. We will go through this later on. Yeah. All right. So, okay, cool. I already have an example here as well, so you can look at that, right? So let's say 100. Okay, so anyway, there are 3 things for successful Facebook ads. A few more they're going to go through before we go into the practicals. Let's see. All right, so 3 things for successful Facebook ads is your offer, your creatives, and your copy. So your offer means what you have to offer your users, right? Is it a free stuff? Is it something that you're trying to sell? What's your offer? Okay. If your offer is bad, right, nothing can fix it. So the offer is the first thing you have to do. Your creatives would be your image, your videos, and this has to be eye-catching. I'm going to give you a few tips on that. And number 3, your copy, which is your words, because that's the only way you'll be able to actually talk to your audience, has to be something that speaks to them. When they read it, they feel like it's written for them. That's going to be most effective. And use the AIDA framework. All right. So good ad creatives. Few examples. This is not the most, this is not absolute, but few examples is good ad creatives. When I say creatives, it means the pictures, the videos, yeah. It has to look like your everyday post. This is really important. Now, I know a lot of businesses, they try to come out with very nice photos. They come out with very nice videos and all that. But the best ads that works out there is normally those kind of ads that are, they look like a normal post. Look something ugly like this. It's not very nice, yeah. This is ugly. Dr. Lau is laughing like nobody's business right there. It looks very simple. It looks very like everyday. It looks like someone like it looks like your friend just posted something, right? And this kind of ads attract more eyeballs compared to an ad that looks like an ad. Now, one very important thing you need to understand is that Facebook ads, right? The ads on Facebook are what we call and refer to as native ads. Native ads means they look and feel, have the same style as other things and other elements on the page itself. So when it comes to creating ads like that, you have to make it look like an everyday post itself. It should not be like an ad itself. The most effective ads does not look like an ad. All right. Never use stock photos. I know some people, they feel like, oh, are we doing good photos? They use stock photos. Now, if you look at our ads on Lead, we'll never use stock photos at all. We use photos of ourselves because that shows the genuine, right? It becomes genuine when you show the real photos of yourself. Okay, does it look like flyer? And sometimes it's also entertaining. That's why you put a picture of Dr. La laughing here. So everyone will go click on it and see what's up, what's he laughing at, right? So that's the whole idea behind an ad creative, all right? And we want to entertain people as well when we come out with ads. People hate bad ads. All right, next thing. What makes good ad copy? Now, good ad copy, when I mean copy, it means the words, yeah? So this is how people would actually look at ads on Facebook. They will scroll Facebook like this, right? If you have a phone right now, you also know the habit. You take Facebook because you're bored, you start scrolling until you see something that catches your eye. And usually that is an image. After the image catches your eye, you go back into reading the copy, which is the text. So the image comes first, the text comes second. Now the text is where you convince people about what you have to offer. So what makes a good ad copy is, again, an ad copy does not feel like an ad itself. So a few things here I want to point out here before we go on. It does not feel like an ad, and it uses white spaces. Never put ads that has very huge paragraphs, just like our emails, right? We want to have white spaces. Do you see these white spaces here? So no more than 100 words in a paragraph on Facebook, right? Now, long or short copy does not matter, but if you're writing it long, you need to put a good story to it because people love stories. Stories are imbued to us, right? We love hearing stories. And number 4, it has to relate to target audience. That's very, very important. Okay, so just quick rules here, and we're going to move on to the next thing. All right, so one of the best ways to understand how people are doing ads out there is to copy or to steal the ideas from your competitors. So today, if you already have, let me just get this, yeah? If you already have an ad account today, you just want to go to this link right here. Let me just share my screen again so you can do this and see this. You want to go into this link right here, and from here you can see all the ads that's of your competitor. So give me a company or someone you want to see. Someone you want to see. Any companies or businesses on Facebook that you want to see how their ads looks like. Give me a few names. Mr. DIY or CIMB. Okay, CIMB is popular, right? So just put a CIMB, right? CIMB Malaysia or whoever, Thai Bank. You can see the whole world. So what you want to do here is you look at your competitors, right? And see, or look at someone you admire with and see how they're running their ads. Look at their copy, look at their images. You see how ugly this picture is? It's meant to look like a, not ugly, I'm sorry, but more like a normal everyday post that is not made up, right? So you can see that how they do their images, their videos, you can see how they write their copy, and you can see every single ad that they have on Facebook right now. This is exactly what you can study and see from any companies out there in the market. Okay, I'm going to try one more. Who else can we try? Maxis. Okay, Maxis. Let's look at Maxis and see what kind of ads Maxis is putting out at this time. Maxis. Let me see if I can find Maxis. Maxis. Where is Maxis? Okay, Maxis, last one here, 1.3 million, right? We can see all the ads they're putting out. They're using stock photos. How terrible. They use photos of influencers, artists, videos here. All the ads you can see. AirAsia, you want to see AirAsia? Sure, let's look at AirAsia. Now you can also see local ads. You can also filter by different kind of ads. For example, you can look at, let's say, I'm sure AirAsia is also in Thailand. Let's look at Thailand, AirAsia. No ads. Probably they don't run ads right now because, well, they're closed, right? They're affected with COVID and they're closed right now. So no ads from them. Too bad. Anyway, okay, there's a lot to go through. I'm going to share with you the link. Have I already shared with you? Not yet. I'm going to share you the link. Go and explore this. This is where you can run. You can find a lot of different types of, oops, what am I doing? Okay, let me just type this. This is where you can find a lot of ideas for companies that run ads and then steal the way they do it, steal the way they make their ads and find what you like and copy them. Okay, you can even look up at leads ads if you want to, but I'm not going to do this right now in this presentation here. Okay, I'm going to go back to my slides, a few more before we go into practicals. Let's go. Okay, so use it is a really good thing. I also use this to look at my competitors and to find out how we can beat them as well. All right, so I want to give you a quick example of Digital Kids ad funnel. So you can actually visualize what we have done and duplicate it for your own business if you want to. Okay, so a funnel is important because you actually engage people and get people to know about you. So in the beginning of Digital Kid, right, what we did is we put up a simple image ad that looks something like this. Nothing really fancy, it's just an illustration. And we say, oh, we want to help 1 million Malaysia SMEs to move their businesses online. It's an ad. Now, what happened is we reach a few people, right? And people start actually coming into our landing page and they opt in into our funnel here. So basically, right now, after you opt into the funnel, you consume the content, which is right now, exactly right now, you consume the content. And within this process itself, you have not paid a single cent for anything, but you got to know me, right? Everyone got to know me. You got to know me, you got to know Lin, you got to know who we are, who I am. And right now, you probably build a bit of trust with me. You know Ruben, you thank Ruben, and hey, Ruben is some guy who does marketing. And some of you even begin to email me and say, hey, I need help with this one and all that, right? But this wouldn't happen if I would try to sell you immediately and say, hey, I do landing pages for you during this MCO. Nobody's going to pay me anything to do that, right? But after I showed you value, after I move you from a cold audience into not knowing me, into now knowing me, now we are talking, right? It's like dating a little bit. Now, what's going to happen next? I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but this is an example, yeah? What's going to happen next is all of you here today, you're all inside an audience list, and this is collected on MailChimp, right? So there are two things you can do from here. One is I can actually upload your audience list into MailChimp and run a retargeting ad targeting you with something else that I think you would buy, or I can retarget you with emails, and we talked about this yesterday. So there's two things from here. We can use your data to run a retargeting ad, or we can retarget with emails. All right. Now take a look. Give this about 30 seconds to see and understand what goes on behind here. If you have questions, let me know right now. The next slide, we're going to go into practicals already. Yes, retargeting means the second ad or the third or fourth ad, yeah? So we are moving people down a funnel. That means we don't sell immediately. We sell later on. Once they know about us, once they like us, once they feel that we can help them, then we sell. Just like right now. I know a lot of you do not know me before, but right now you know me and probably have a little bit of trust on me already, right? I'm just being blunt because I know that's the process of funnels. So a funnel is meant to make you feel better towards a business or something like that, right? So you as a business, you want your customers to create a kind of engagement, create a kind of connection with as well. Okay. All right. So today we're gonna run two things. I'm gonna walk you through running a basic ad and a retargeting ad. Two things. Yeah. So a basic ad is something that you run before. I'm just gonna go through that very quickly, and then we're gonna go through into retargeting ads. Uh, to run a retargeting ad, your target does not have to like your Facebook page first. There's a few ways to target them. The method that I'm going to show you how to run a retargeting ad is based on your audience list today. Okay, there are many few ways to do it. I'll talk about it in a while later on. Okay, so if you're ready, I'm going to go into my ads manager and show you a very quick way of running ads. Okay, let's go into that. Okay, so I'm going to go into Facebook. I'm going to pick up my ads manager and all right, so I'm skipping a bit quite fast here. If you have not been into Facebook Ads Manager, I'm going to paste this to everybody, yeah? Now, if you're on Facebook and you want to go into your Ads Manager, it's really simple. What you do is you go to your settings here, right here, just click here, and then we have this thing called Manage Ads. Now, if you have built a page, if you have built a business manager on Facebook, it'll be very easy to go into your Ads Manager. So click on Manage Ads, right? When you click on Manage Ads, you'll be brought into your ad account, which is something like this. Okay? So assuming that you're already inside this ad account, I want to show you how to run a basic ad. So to run a basic ad, basically what you do is you click on this green button here. So an ad on Facebook has three components: the campaigns, right? Campaigns, ad sets, and also ads. So three things here on Ads Manager. So we're going to click on Create Campaign. And let's say this campaign is about going back to our gym. We'll click the traffic. So we see that this is awareness, consideration, and also conversion, right? So you look at this as a funnel. If you look at this from a funnel point of view, we are moving down. Oops, we are moving. I think something is wrong with my Zoom today. There we go. Okay, we are looking at the funnel here, basically. You're looking at the funnel like this. All right. So your first awareness option would be for cold audiences. Okay. You want to get to be aware of your business. And then here, we're going to go down to consideration, meaning that now they are warm audiences. And then we go down to conversion. This is where you know you're targeting hot audiences. So when you look at this interface here, it's designed as a funnel itself. Okay, so that's how Facebook works in a nutshell, basically. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go down into consideration, assuming that I'm targeting core audiences, but I'm using the objective of a consideration objective on Facebook. Click on traffic, and basically our campaign name, let's say this is our online workout plans by the Gym Buff Boys. All right, so I'm going to click on continue, keeping things simple, yeah? The goal to running a successful Facebook ad is to keep things simple. Don't put all these funny things. Don't have to do that. Now within an ad set, basically what you're gonna do is you put in your audience targeting. So who am I targeting? So for example, I'm targeting the 25-year-old guy. Or let's say because I'm 25-year-old person, female, in Johor, for example. All right, I hope that's not too small for you to see in this screen here. And under traffic, we're going to choose where we want to drive traffic to. So since we have a landing page, right, we want to drive our visitors into our landing page itself. Okay, so I'm going to choose website. Come down here. Don't have to worry about dynamic creative. We don't need that right now. We don't have to have an offer right now. Don't worry about that because you want to drive people back into our website, out of Facebook, basically. Now, right here, we can now choose our audience by interest targeting. All right, zoom in my screen, yeah? Thanks for letting me know. All right, we're going to choose our audience by interest targeting. So what are our audience interested in? Now, coming back to our target audience, we're targeting 25-year-old female in Johor, okay? So let's say our targeting is, so I want to target people, locations, who is living in, see that, in Johor. Let's just say, yeah, Johor. So now we are targeting to Johor, and we potentially reach around 2,800,000 people in Johor itself. Okay. Now the age, I want to target people between the age of 18 up to maybe 45. It's up to you to choose. It's really simple here. All right. The gender, because I'm targeting women. Now make sure you always zoom down to your audience and speak to your audience. We're targeting women, so we will speak to women, not men, right? Women. So the language, what do they speak? Maybe they speak English. Up to you, put it down. And as you can see, as we zoom down to different types of our audience here, our potential reach gets smaller and smaller. Do you see that? Now we have 860,000 people, right? Okay, so maybe I don't target Johor. Maybe I'll target whole of Malaysia. Just to give you a quick example, yeah, since I'm selling an online program that can be bought by anybody living in Malaysia. All right, so let's talk about people living in Malaysia. So we get bigger audience. I can show you more things here. All right, so now we have 7 million people that we can target. I'm going to come down here. And here is where you set up the interest targeting. So what is our users interested in? Remember when you see the interest that Facebook knows about you, those are the interests that you can target using these interests here exactly. So let's say we're targeting women who likes, let's say, can you give me some examples? Maybe yoga, right? Women who like yoga to join our, get lose weight plan, workout from home plan. Now you can see that as I choose yoga here, right? We can see that our potential reach becomes lesser and lesser. Okay, let's say we can put in a few more interests like Pilates. Yeah? They also like Pilates. What else do our users like? Can you help me out here? Yoga, Pilates, what else would a women who wants to work out and lose weight likes? Zumba, that's a good one. Zumba. Okay, Zumba dancing maybe, huh? Salsa, maybe they also dance a little bit. Kickboxing, dance, okay. So as we choose our interests, we'll see, keep an eye on the audience size a little bit. Yeah, thank you for the answers. All right, so what we're gonna do here is not to actually put up all the interests into one column. What we do is what I call an intersectional targeting method, right? So we intersect people who likes different interests together. So let me just try to illustrate this for you before we go into that, right? So basically what we are trying to do here, and what I mean by intersectional targeting means okay, we have one circle here, and let's just say that we have people inside this group of interest. All right, these are people, and these are all the women inside here. All right, let's just draw very quickly there. Let's say we have a lot of them, 2 million plus of them inside here. All right, and these people here, they like yoga. Okay, now we are not going to put every interest into this group. What we're going to do is we're going to create something called an intersectional targeting method where we intersect an interest. So let's say I'm targeting people who likes yoga and also likes, let's say, I don't know, can you name me something like a magazine? Is that a women's health? I'm not sure. Women's health or Cosmopolitan? Cosmo or Wanita Terkini or something. What are things? Clio, yeah, that's right. My gosh, Clio, right? So now, when we target someone, a woman that intersects these two targets, right? It gets us clearer towards our target. So now we're targeting, so there's also people here, right? People who likes women health. And now there's also audience that like both of this one here. They like yoga and they also like the Clio magazines. See that? So we're targeting people in between two interests. That's what we call an intersectional targeting, right? And we can go deeper than that. You're going to target people who likes another person as well. So as we get deeper and deeper, we are hyper targeting toward that exact person that we want to target. All right, so how do we do this on Facebook, right? I'm gonna show you how to do this right now. Really, really simple, nothing much. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back into here. Okay, watch. So once you target people who likes yoga, for example, all right, we want to narrow down our audience. So they like yoga, and they must also match Clio magazine. Now, as we intersect audience like this, you can see that the audience will become much, much, much smaller because now we're targeting very, very, very tight into these people who likes Clio, and they also must like yoga, right? I don't know whether Clio will be a good magazine to target, but let's just imagine for a moment, yeah? Vogue, right? Vogue, maybe they like Cosmopolitan, right? So we like a few more. InStyle, I don't know what's InStyle, but let's just try that. All right, so let's say we have this. So now we're targeting people who likes yoga, plus they must like Clio magazine or this film magazine. We're targeting people in between these two interests. We can go deeper, right? So how can we go deeper? We can go and say, these people, they might like, who's a female figurine hero in the market in Malaysia? Bibi Yusof? Or maybe Jordan Yo? Jordan Yo? Okay, so now we're targeting people, females, yeah, females who likes yoga, who likes Clio magazine, and also likes Jordan Yo. Now we can get a good idea of who this female lady is, right? She likes yoga, she likes magazines, she likes Jordan Yo. That means she wants to look good, right? She wants to look good. She's someone who likes to, I don't know, go into fitness to look good for herself, right? So we are targeting very deeply and very tightly into people that we want to reach out to. Okay, so let's say we are happy with this. 33,000 people is really small, but it's very specific. You can run ads this. It might be more expensive for you to run this kind of ads, but you reach out to the right people that you're gonna reach to. All right, so now we come down to placements, right? Now, placements is basically where your ads would show up within Facebook. So a lot of people will just leave it at automatic placements. I do not recommend that. You see a big recommend button here, but I do not recommend that. You're going to choose manual placements, all right? And then when you choose manual placements, you can see that a lot of different things comes out here. Now, this is where your ads will go inside too. So depending on how you're designing your ad, you want to control where your ads are appearing on. Do you want your ads to appear on a newsfeed? That's the best place to do it, by the way. Do you want it to appear on Instagram feed? Do you want to appear on Marketplace? So for example, for me, I'll probably take this out for marketplaces because I know people who go to marketplaces on Facebook do not want to buy a gym plan. They're not in the right, attention span to buy a workout plan online. They're there to look for items. Take this out. Do you want to show them video feeds? Probably not, right? Go down here, stories. Do you want your ads to come out in stories? If you want, sure. But I recommend you to create an ad specifically for stories because the behavior of users is different again. All right, so you can choose all different things. I recommend you to choose specifically what you want to do. If you come down here, we can see that we have apps inside as well. So our ads will show outside of Facebook as well. And they will show into something like rewarded videos. I'm going to ask everyone here, do you know what rewarded videos are? What kind of ads comes out as a rewarded video? What is that? Who knows here? Who knows what's a rewarded videos app or this thing? What is this? And should you advertise there? So the problem is a lot of people waste their ad budgets because they leave everything checked on, right? All right, so to give you a clue, yeah, Jared is almost right. So rewarded videos are basically games. Have you played games like Candy Crush before on your phone? You play, and then, oh, sorry, you're out of lives, right? And then to get a free life, please watch this advertisement. You watch the advertisement pops up for 5-10 seconds, and then you get one life. That is a rewarded video ad, right? Now, does my ad fit into that kind of thing? Probably not, right? So why am I wasting my ad budgets on those kind of things? Take it off, right? See that? So there's a lot of different things that you can actually find out and take off your ads from. You don't have to run ads in places that does not work because when someone is looking at an advertisement, waiting for his free life, he probably do not want to buy what you have to offer. Okay? All right, we're moving on. All right, coming out to budgets and schedule, we have optimization for ad delivery. Okay, so this is really simple. We can optimize for link clicks, you can optimize for different things. I recommend you to keep it simple and optimize it for landing page views. So what is going to happen here is Facebook will actually look out for people who most likely will click and view your landing page. Just like that, all right? Now, cost control is optional. What I normally do is I leave it blank, let Facebook do its job, and then come back later to control my budget if it's going too much or too high or I'm spending too much, right? Again, always know your CAC and CLTV. Once you know these two numbers, you won't be afraid of running ads, right? Okay, so coming down here, you're going to choose our budget. So basically, you can choose the daily budget or lifetime budget. Doesn't really matter basically, but what I like to do is choose a lifetime budget so I can control my budget. So for example, I want to spend 400 ringgit in a span of maybe 1 week, small budget, 1 week, 31st March up to 8, okay, something like that. All right, now once you're happy with that, come down here, you'll see that, oh, we will spend 400 ringgit, but we have a tax. So we have digital tax right now, we need to pay this to Facebook as well. Okay, come down here and you can see you can choose ad scheduling as well. So ad scheduling is basically like you want to run ads all the time or on a schedule. So for me, I'll run ads all the time because it's an online program, right? If you are selling something like it's sensitive to only the mornings, maybe you're selling something like McD breakfast sets. You only want to run ads in the morning. You can do that and choose a schedule to run them. I'm going to leave this as run ads all the time. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to click on continue. Now, once you click on continue, you'll be brought to where you create the ad creatives and the copy, right? This is really important. So I'm going to go through creating an ad name right now. And let's say my ad name is Yoga Ladies Online Offer. Let's say, let's just imagine. Coming down here, we're going to choose an ad format. So we can choose from a carousel, a single image, or collection. Now, I recommend you to choose carousel if you want to actually, if you're selling something like e-commerce, right? You have a few products to show and you want a few pictures to show. But in my experience, carousel ads are more expensive compared to single image ads. And that's why I normally choose the single image and video ads. Choose that, come down here, and basically, this is where you start to build your ads. Right, I'm going to show you a few tips of building your ads here. I do not have the image, I do not have the copy, but I'm just going to create something really silly. Yeah. So let's say I'm going to add a new media here, a new image. I'm going to upload something, and then I'm going to choose, let's say a quick image. What do I have? Okay, I got this one here. All right, so let's just say I'm doing this, okay? Really simple. Doing this just to show you examples. So I'm gonna put in something simple, yeah? And by the way, square image ads, which means they are square in size, actually works better these days because people are mostly on mobile phones, yeah? Let me just remove this line here. Someone drew that line. Okay, so now we have a quick ad that looks something like this. There you go. Looks nice, huh? Let's just imagine this page here is my yoga page or something like that. Yeah, it's not DM Submit by DM. Okay, so let me write the text here. So what's important right now is you want to write towards your customer itself, towards the person itself, right? So you're going to talk to that person. Now, we know you're targeting females. You're targeting female, you're targeting 25-year-old females, and we've got to understand these people. So how do we write to female, right? So we're going to say, maybe, are you feeling a little sluggish during the MCO period? We feel you. Okay. Now again, white space. Create white space. Don't write all in one paragraph. Maybe try this yoga workout. Plan. Okay, maybe try this 30 minutes yoga workout that you can do from home now. All right. Even Jordan Yo. My God, Jordan Yo does exactly the same thing. Okay, so what I've done here is I'm trying to relate my copy towards what they like. We know that they like Jordan Yo, right? We know that they like Cleo, they like yoga as well. So we're going to link up these interests together. So when they see the ad, they feel like, oh, wow, it's talking about me. It's like relating back to me, right? So anyway, this is bad copy, but this right now, just want to show you what we can do here. All right, so headlines. So headlines are basically what you want to do to attract people, right? So headlines is where you put the benefit of your offer inside. So what's your offer? So let's say your offer is a free a 30 minutes workout plan. 30 minutes workout plan or workout, or let's just change that, yeah? 30 minutes yoga routine, yeah, for home. Let's leave out the for home routine. Okay, 30 minutes yoga routine. You can put also something like free, okay, or complimentary or something like that. Okay, so the few things you can put. So basically, when you put in your headlines is your offer itself, that big selling proposition itself. Yeah. So once is your, how do you get attention? Is using your headlines here. So this is bad again, but bear with me. 30 minutes yoga routine or home routine, let's just say home routine. A bit too long, huh? All right, so I'm going to choose the desktop newsfeed so you can see this. Okay, so free 30 minutes yoga home routine, right? Now, within the descriptions, this is where you put the teaser, right? A teaser. So a teaser can be something like, done this exact workout is done by celebs, by people such as Jordan Yo. Of course, don't cheat, yeah? I'm just doing something because to show you some example. Okay, that's good. All right, so do you see that dot that appears here? You see that? Now, when you see that dot here, something happens here, right? When people read something like this, see this dot thing here? This exact workout is done by people such as Jordan. Now, naturally, people want to end things. You want a conclusion. People when you watch movies, you want a conclusion. When you read a book, you want a conclusion. When you see a copy like this, you're going to want a conclusion. What you're going to do next is you're going to click on this learn more button. Okay? Because they want to complete that sentence. Oh, I got to complete this sentence. What is it about? Click and see. Okay, so here is where you put in your landing page. All right, so landing page, what's my landing page again? Gym Buff Boys, right? Okay, so your landing page here now has to speak about that Jordan Yo person to that person. So when the person clicks from the ad and comes here, he has to see, oh, this is a 30 minutes workout plan done by people like Jordan Yo. Anyway, come back here and paste in your website URL. All right? Okay, so once you're happy with that, you're gonna go down. Okay, so we have this nice little ad here. Then you're gonna click on confirm. All right, and that's it. Your ads will go up live in a matter of a few hours or so. All right, and at this point, you can also take a look at your ads. Okay, go to ads, and then basically click on the ad itself and preview it if you want to. Okay. There you go. It's a nice little ad. If you want to see it in your Facebook, you can also see it. Click on this one. See a post with Facebook comments. And then we can see how it looks like on Facebook. Just to check and also to make sure it looks good on Facebook. It's eye-catchy on Facebook. So what do you think? Is this eye-catchy or not? All right, so if you have questions right now, ask me right now and I will answer right now before we go back to the more advanced part of Facebook ads. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute to ask questions. I'm going to be here to answer anything that you have while I take a drink. Okay, so a few questions here, right? An ad usually costs how much for 1 week? It depends on how much you put in the ad budgets and link it up with your CAC and CLTV. So you spend 50 ringgit a week or you spend 500 or 5,000 a week, doesn't really matter. What matters is your CAC and CLTV. Okay. Any specific time to post your ad best? Not really. You can post your ad anytime, depending on your business itself. Since I'm selling an online program that can be taken any time of the day, I think I can post it any time of the day itself. All right. So no worries on that. How often to run a day? You can run as many ads as you want. But my advice is don't go too much on the ads. Just run a few a day. It's fine. Okay, this is a good question. Yeah, between a picture and a video, yeah, which is better to be inserted in an ad? Now, if you can create a video and your video is good, a video is always better than an image. But sometimes pictures can be good as well. Just make sure when you create a video, make sure that video can be watched when it's silent. Because a lot of people watch videos on Facebook silently. They look at subtitles. They don't actually hear the sound. Okay. Say I set a schedule for 6 months. When approaching end of posting periods, would Facebook prompt me for extension? No, Facebook won't prompt me for extension. It will just run until 6 months. After that, they will just stop the ad itself. Yeah. What is the effectiveness rate for such advertisements on Facebook? Now that really depends. From what I know, you'll get sort of like maybe a 4 to 10% click. So every 1,000 people that sees it, you get about 40 to 80 clicks. And then after that, when people go to your page, then the conversion part has to be high to basically, collect people. Ing Xiong, right? What's campaign versus ads versus SS versus ads? Okay, that's a good question. I think I skipped out on that earlier. How do I explain this to you? Let me just go to my drive. No, let me go to docs. doc.google.com. Let me just draw this out for you. Yeah, what is campaigns? What is AdSense? And what is ads? Okay, so a campaign, I'm just using this blank image here. Yeah, so a campaign is, let's imagine this is campaign. Okay, so this is what we have here is a campaign. Now your campaign is like, for example, the campaign of what you're doing. So for example, this is our Hari Raya, which is coming soon, campaign that we want to sell something or we want to do something, right? Now, under the campaign, you would have another 2 columns, right? Which are basically your ad sets. So on the ad set level, you can do different type of variations. For example, you can do a variation of audiences. So let's say our first audience, our first ad set contains audiences, which are male, 25 years old, let's just say. And in our second ad set, the audience is a bit different. It's female, but 25 years old. Okay. Then after that, we would have, under each ad set, we will have additionally, let me see. Additionally, we have the ads down here, which are basically our ad creatives. All right, something like this. All right, so these are ads. So ads, I would say they are ads, the creative, so the image and different kind of things. So what we can do here is maybe our first ad here, we are selling, let's say we are selling clothes right now. This can be a red cloth, red image, one, red image, copy A, copy as in the writing here. This one can be the same copy, but it's a blue image and copy A. So what we can do is we can A/B test between the effectiveness, right? We can create more ads as B, which is blue image, copy B, or for example. So this is how campaign, AdSense, and ads works on Facebook ads. This is how it's structured like. So it's basically more of a structured kind of thing. Okay, close this. Okay, Ruben, since you mentioned we don't sell our audience directly, can we post our ad to lead them into our content first, later a few more ads, then only sell them things? What is a recommendation? That's exactly my recommendation. What you're mentioning then is a sales funnel, it's an ad funnel. So we don't sell our audience directly. Now, I've done this to all of you here. If you realize that I've done this to all of you here, what I've done is I created a landing page, right? A landing page, LP. You all sign up for my landing page. When you sign up, I collect you in this database here, right? I'm going to show you this in the next practical session. I collect you in a database here. All of you are inside here right now. Now, when I have your data, I can sell you something else. I can do another ad to sell you something because I already have you. I can retarget back to you. So this is what exactly I've done to you. And this is more effective because if I sell you immediately, you probably won't even buy from me. But right now, since you already consume my content, now some of you will say, hey, hey, Ruben is a nice guy, right? And then you trust me more. So when I sell you, you say, okay lah, I trust Ruben. That's how it works in your business sense as well. All right, close that. Okay, a few more questions, then we go on next one. Yeah, it's getting a bit late. Okay, so could you tell me why some articles share more than likes? 1K shares, but just got 100 likes. I do not know the answer to that. Okay, I don't know the answer to that. Probably they have done some shares on their own. They have paid somebody to share for them. You can do that on Fiverr. Do you know that? On Fiverr.com. If you go to Fiverr.com, you can get someone to actually share your articles. And they'll do it for you really, really cheap. I'm going to get far into this one, but you can do this. It's called Fiverr. And basically what they can do is they can help you share your articles, get you the kind of things. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to look at other things. I've seen some Facebook ads by a brand which are not seen as posts on the Facebook wall of the brand. How does that happen? Okay, so basically another brand will run an ad for that brand, basically. Yeah, they run and using another ad campaign. Yeah, another ad manager. When do we stop an ad? When you come to a point when you have enough clients or you cannot reach a return on ad spend. Any suggestions on how long a video should be? Now, a video should be short, not that long. No more than 1 minute. Yeah, below 6 seconds is most effective because people are scrolling really fast on Facebook. They won't stop to see a long ad. How does the cost being charged based on the clicks? Okay, so the cost on Facebook, yeah, so this is an important question. The cost that you see here, I'm going to show you a few costs here. Oh, by the way, I better off my campaign before I start running. Okay, off my campaigns, off. Okay, so the cost you see here, do you see the cost here? $800 per purchase. Let me try to zoom in here and see. Can't seem to zoom in. Anyway, you can see the cost here, right? And you can see like some of the costs we are paying like, I don't know, 1 ringgit per click or 80 cents per click. Now, the cost is charged to you. It shows you that you pay for maybe 5 ringgit per click, but they actually charge you when they show ads to people. Okay, so when they show ads to people, they already charge you already. It's just that they calculate that and see how much we got a click from that activity or showing it to people. Is it possible to add Facebook pixels into our ads? The other way around, actually, the other way around. Facebook pixels is added on your site, not on your ads itself. You can add Facebook pixels on your site itself. You can add it on MailChimp as well. There's an option to do that. How to analyze a report after campaign end? You can also look at the reports here. Basically, there's a lot of reports you can look at from here. So just click on your ad, for example. You can see a lot of different reports from here. Let's see. These are all the reports you can see, right? And if you want to look at a deeper report, you can always look in the campaign level and click on view charts. Not this one. This is a spam ad. View charts. And then see the reports on here, the demographics, the placements, the delivery of the ad itself, and whichever. All right. All right, so I'm going to go into different the second part of the practical session, which is going to retargeting ads. Again, I know there's a lot of questions here. I'm going to actually come back and answer all of them. Don't worry, I will stay on for a while to answer all of them. But I want to go through retargeting ads because I think this is really important when it comes to a funnel. So you know that I talk about funnels, which is this thing here, right? We want to basically reach people. So we've talked about these things here. So first, now we have done the first simple image ad, right? The next thing I want to do is I want to run a retargeting ad because we run retargeting ads when we have the data of audiences already, which is this one here, right? So I want to show you how I can retarget all of you today with an ad on Facebook. Would you like to see that? All right, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go back to Facebook, and the way to retarget people on Facebook is exactly the same as how you would run a normal ad. Okay, so same thing, come back to your ads manager, click on this green button here, create, and then what we're going to do is we're going to choose maybe traffic again. This is my favorite marketing objective because it's something I want to do. I want to drive people to my landing page itself. Okay, coming back here, let's call this campaign name now, retarget to people who join Digital Kit. Yeah, I'm going to show you how to target you so you can learn from a real example as well. Continue. I'm going to retarget you guys right now. All right, so my ad set name are people who join digitalkit.org. All right, now how do I do this? Really simple. I'm going to come down here. So everything is the same, yeah? The way you set it up, the way you write a copy, of course, you want to relate it back to them. It's all the same. The only difference is coming down to this audience here, right? So instead of choosing an interest right now, what we do is we go to custom audience. Custom means your customized audience, right? Create new, and then I'm going to choose custom audience. See that? So in custom audience, you can read that, reach people who already interacted with your business today. Now I'm going to click on that. And you can see there's a few ways you can retarget people who have who have came and actually reached our business before. So if we have a website today, we can retarget people who have visited our website today based on the pages that we see, based on more. But what's more effective is we target people based on their customer list. Okay, so you guessed it right, customer list. When you choose customer list, what we can do is we can upload a list of customers. It's a bit small, but let me just zoom in for you. So this is a template by Facebook, right? So if let's say, this is an example, but let's say you have the emails of your customers, maybe they're your past customers. It doesn't have to be 3 emails. The reason why we have 3 emails here is because on Facebook, you can enter more than 3 emails in your account. Okay, so assuming you have only 1 email, that's also fine. If you have their phone number, that's great. You don't need this one, mobile ID. So you have their names as well. Let's say you have your customer's name, their first name, their last name. You don't need zip codes. You don't need all these little things here. So basically, the more data you have, the more accurate it is to match people on Facebook. All right. So let's say you only have their emails, their phone number, or maybe you don't even have phone numbers. That's fine. Their first name and their last name. All right. So let's say you have a customer list. This is a customer list basically. So I'm going to save this as my customer list. I'm going to save a copy to my desktop to make it simple. So I'm going to save this as Ruben customer list. Okay. Okay. Go back to my Facebook. I'm going to click on next. All right. So you ask you, oh, there's a list commander. Yeah, it does. Next. And then what we're going to do is we're going to upload a customer file here on CSV. So I'm going to upload this customer list. It will process this thing. I'm going to call this, let's say this is Ruben's customers list, right? Click on next, and you can choose the different things, whether this is emails or whichever. And then they will map out the customer emails, the first name and also last name. And when you upload and create, they'll say, okay, this is a list that you can actually target people for. All right, and now I've done something wrong, so let me just change that. But anyway, this is the way you upload an audience list, your customers list, or whoever's list, and retarget them back on Facebook. Now, I'm not going to do this, but I want to show you something really simple that maybe you have missed out in the past few steps. Now, if you look into here, okay, let me just go back one more, yeah? Okay, back here, when I click on customers list, what do you see here? What do you see there? Now, are you thankful right now that you actually started up collecting audience lists on MailChimp? We have MailChimp right here on Facebook. So what we're going to do is we can click on import from MailChimp. So when someone comes to your landing page, right, and subscribes to your email list or do whatever, when you collect their audience list, you can immediately take it out from MailChimp, link it up with Facebook, and target these people on Facebook itself. So click on import from MailChimp. All right, you can see that. Okay, you have to log in MailChimp, and email address from your MailChimp list will be matched with people on Facebook to create an audience. Now, MailChimp has your email, MailChimp has your name, so that's how they match people on Facebook, and you can retarget them based on whatever you do. All right, so log into MailChimp. It's really, really quick and simple. Let's just say I'm going to log into not my real account, but log into the training account. Log in, authorize it, okay, allowed it. Okay, so in my email list, the one I showed you during the training, I have one audience, right, which is a Gym Bar Boy audience. These are people who have signed up for in the landing page here. So let's say I choose this and create audience. So that's it. Now, MailChimp will be sending audience and matching it up with my Facebook list. So my audience list is the Gym Bar Boys opt-in at landing page. Done. So that's it. Now we are targeting people who, let me just see. MailChimp, where's MailChimp? Gym. Okay, choose that. So now we are targeting custom audience, people, yeah, who is inside my MailChimp list who opt in my landing page. Of course, the reach is very little because we have so few. We have only 3 people there, to be fair. But once you collect your customers list, you can connect MailChimp immediately to Facebook. And the next thing you do is the same. You can target them and zoom down by their interest if you want to. But since I know these people are people who is interested in what I have to say, so right now I'm just going to go through. Of course, choose your placements. Choose your budgets. Now, when it comes to budget right now, we can change it to maybe link clicks, right? Because we know these people knows us and they might also click easier. They won't cost as much to retarget them. All right, so change your schedules, do whatever you want to do. And right now, one tip I'm going to leave you here with is when you write to them, okay, let's just use a media. And let's say we choose this one. All right, now we are going to write copy that would make them feel the freaky freak, right? Like say, hey, you tried the workout plan, or hey, how was the workout plan the other day? Good. We have more at a really amazing offer or price. A really good offer. And we think you'll like it. All right, so do whatever. So let's say 75% off. For Digital Kit members. All right. So what we're doing here is you're retargeting to people who already know us. So these people are warm audiences. Yeah, we have turned them into cold, into warm by them joining something early on. Now we are retargeting back to them and writing the copy exactly to talk to them immediately. So it's not a general ad anymore. We're talking to them and say, hey, how was the workout plan the other day? Good. We have more at a good price, and I think you really like it. Of course, the picture has to be different, has to be something that relates back to them. And then you put in your second landing page or second offer or whichever you want to do, right? So I'm going to put in, let's say I have a second landing page, assuming. Put in here, and then the same thing, run it. And what's going to happen is you're going to run this ad to people and retarget them. This is how you do retargeting ads. All right? Okay, so I'm going to stop here. What questions do you have of what I've shown you, and what you'd like to ask me before we go? This is advanced stuff. If you can do this, amazing. This works very well because we are moving down people from being a cold into a warm audience and then becoming a hot audience. Okay, let's see questions right now. Okay, Nazi. Where's that? Okay, so I see someone asking about dark posts. Yeah, now dark post is something that I wouldn't recommend you to do. So basically, dark post means a post that you create on Facebook, but it's not shown on your Facebook wall, but then you run ads on it. So the way to do it is simple. Dark ads are very simple. Just go into Ads Manager. And then you have page post, right? Go and create a post there. That's how you create dark posts. I don't think it's very useful, but maybe you like it. Create a post. What page is this? Oh, create a post, let's say a photo or anything, and then you only use this post for an ad. That's a dark post. So this post looks like a normal post, but it does not appear on your Facebook page wall. That's a dark post. Okay, let's see. What's the budget to put on one ad? Again, when you talk about budget to put on one ad, it comes back to your CAC and CLTV. Now, budget to put on one ad, normally I run around, that's for me, because I know my numbers. I run anywhere from 200 up to a few thousands for one ad campaign. So a campaign can be 1,000, for example, drive down to maybe 2 ad sets, 500, 500. Do we have to download this template from Facebook or we make one? You have to download that one from Facebook. So when you create the template, right? When you create the retargeting ad set, let me show you again. When you click here and create new custom audience, and then you choose customer list, right? You can see that you can download that template. This is how you download the template. When you do that, basically they give you a CSV file, and this is a standard CSV file that you can use to fill up your audiences. So you just want to change this and then put in your own stuff. Okay. Okay, what if the email is not the email the prospect used to log into Facebook? That's a good observation, yeah. So if the email is not the email the prospect used to log into Facebook, you won't be able to retarget them. Okay, so that's the weakness in retargeting. Retargeting is not perfect. Of course, there are many ways you can retarget people as well, not just by audience. Audience is one of the most accurate, but you can retarget people based on their activities as well. So, for example, if they watch a video on your page itself, all right, we can retarget based on videos as well. So I can choose the videos that is existing on my page and can say, oh, I want to retarget people who have watched 50% of my video. Now, here's a great tip for you. Now, I know someone asked about how do we filter out, I think someone talked about non-Muslims or something like that. Okay, let's just say like you are targeting on Facebook and you want to remove like foreigners to see your ads. Okay, you have videos on your Facebook. So what we can do is can we do a negative targeting? So we can say that okay, we want to create a custom audience of people who watch maybe 3 seconds of my video. Now we know that when someone watch 3 seconds of our video, they're probably not interested in what we have to offer anyway. Let's say Dr. Lau lah. All right, so Dr. Lau has many videos here. So let's say we just put this one. Now, if someone has only watched three seconds of Dr. Lau's video, we know that this person is not going to be interested in what we have to offer anyway, right? They watch 3 seconds. Why would they actually be interested, right? So we're going to call this an audience who are non-interested people. All right, create an audience out of this video engagement, right? And the next time we do an advertisement, we target everything as usual, okay? But we exclude people whom we know who are not interested. Oops, sorry, let me change that. Exclude, non-interested. So what we're doing now here is we are excluding anybody on Facebook who is non-interested, and being under non-interested means they watch 3 seconds only of any of our video we have put out there. So we know these people are not interested. So non-interested, and then we target as per usual. Down here, we just choose the data targeting or people who likes data science and more. Okay? Hope this helps. Okay, well, these posts appear in page wall. You refer to retargeting posts, right? So retargeting posts is the exact same thing. What you do is you choose the placements here. Of course, you want to be strategic with this. So choose the exact placements you want your ads to show inside. So whether you want your retargeting ads to show or only on Facebook wall or whichever you choose. I don't recommend you to choose everything. Choose only a few that you want to hyper target and hyper speak to your audience. Okay, be a bit more hardworking. What if my target audience are businesses like retails and corporations? Same thing. People who use Facebook, people who works in retail and corporations are people as well. It's the way you talk to them is just different. The targeting is same. Yeah. How many levels should we retarget our audience? That's very interesting. Now, you can go on a freak level and retarget them on like 2, 3 more levels if you can. But I wouldn't recommend you to do that because it takes too much time doing all sorts of different things unless you have huge amounts of audience and you have like super a lot of funnels that you want to retarget back to here and there. Again, don't go overboard with this. Just have a few retargeting ads, that's fine. Yeah. When you do it too much, it's too much to handle, one thing. And second, people start to hate it because they keep seeing you, they keep seeing the same ads over and over again. Yeah. Retargeting ads will not be appeared in the Facebook posts, but only be seen individual. Yes. Retargeting ads will not appear in Facebook posts, but only be seen by individual. So they won't appear on your Facebook page, but they'll be seen by individual. Yes, that's right. So it's more or less like a dark post itself. Okay. I always saw people mention about pixels for ads. What does that mean exactly? I'll come back to that in a while. Can I use Facebook advertising link to my Instagram page? Facebook, Instagram. Yes, you can. Facebook advertising link to my Instagram. Yeah, you can. So on this section here, you can link it with your Instagram account. Yeah. If you have Instagram, you can link it there. Sarah, I know I moved a bit fast. Yeah, if you have questions, ask right now, and I'll try to help you as much as I can. Hopefully, you're not lost. If you don't have to go into retargeting, don't go into retargeting. Just go for the basic ads, learn that, and then move into retargeting later on. Okay. May I know how to create an ad for a client's Facebook page using my personal ads manager account? Okay, so if you want to create an ad for client's Facebook page, you have to get them to add you into their account. So you can see that within my ads manager, right? Okay, I'll show you a few things. You can see that I have even Honda Bunsiu. All right. So how did Honda Bunsiu's ad manager appear inside my account? That's because I do some ads for Honda Bunsiu before, and they've added my email into their business account manager. Okay, so you have to get them to add your email, the one you use on Facebook, into their ad manager. All right. How long before you might see a result of a first customer purchasing product from the moment they see original Facebook ads, sign up and pay? Okay, so in my experience, for my industry of online programs and more, normally what we see is people take up to 3 to 7 days before they make a purchase decision. How do we track that? We track that using Google Analytics. Yeah, we use Google Analytics to track users that landed on our page, and then what they do before they make a payment. Right, so we normally see somewhere between 3 to 7 days before they make a decision, and therefore we have to continue to remind them about the product that they have seen by retargeting them or by re-emailing them. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Thomas' question is good, right? If you target audience for your non-halal business and cannot use the exclude option, can you zoom down to this audience? Sadly, no. If you cannot exclude, cannot. You have to be able to exclude them somehow. Or within interest targeting, you choose to exclude a language or you choose to exclude something else. But you cannot actually exclude audiences. And the reason why you can't do that is because Facebook want to actually move out from racial and social discrimination. So like in the US, you can actually change between targeting the Caucasians, targeting the African Americans, and also the Americans. You can do that once. Right now, you can't do it anymore because they took it out. It's discrimination. Okay, go back to the Facebook pixel. Yeah, so I know Stacy asked about Facebook pixel for ads and what do they mean exactly. So a pixel is basically a tracking code. How do you find out this? If you go to places like Lazada, right? Lazada.com.my. Now, e-commerce websites, right? They track you. They track everything that you do on your sites. So if you look at Lazada.com.my, and I have this extension on my right-hand side corner, right? I'm going to wave it here to here so you can see. If I click on this one here, you can see that we can see there's one pixel found on Lazada.com.my. So we know that Lazada is tracking us using their Facebook pixel. Okay. So now we can see that me as a user, I'm looking at a category. I'm looking at the categories. So as I go into different things, let's say I go into this mask here, you can see that the pixel would collect more data about me. Let me refresh this. Oops, there we go. So the pixel will collect more data about me. So now I'm looking at product pages, lazada.my. Okay. Now if I click add to cart or buy now, let's say add to cart. All right, the Facebook pixel is going to tell me, oh, this person add to cart already. Add to cart lazada.my. It's a bit small, but you see that, right? So what's going to happen is in Lazada's Facebook ad manager, he or she or they can retarget me based on what I did here. Oh, we show ads to people who have clicked add to cart. We show ads to people who have seen view content only. So they can come out all these segmentations and show relevant ads to people who have done certain actions. So this is what the Facebook pixel is for. Okay, it's for you to track. It's for you to track and report back. This plugin here is called the Facebook Pixel Helper. If you like to look at it, it's called the Facebook Pixel Helper, and it's a Chrome extension. Okay, I'm going to take two more questions, and then I'm going to close off this thing, and then I'll still stay on to answer a few more questions, yeah, so we don't keep everyone waiting. Okay, so let me see. I have email account A, B, and C. My Facebook account is A, so they will retarget to account A only, is it? Yes, they will retarget to account A only. That's right. Can I spend a small amount of budget on an ad before I put in bigger budget? If this strategy works, how much do you recommend for small and how many days is recommended? Very subjective, Wei Cheong. So you can start off with a small budget, and yes, you can actually increase more ad budget as you go. This works. How much do you recommend for small? I'll normally run an ad small, yeah. So when I say small, I run something like maybe 50 ringgit to 100 ringgit. I think that is small for maybe 2 to 3 days to make sure the machine learning learns on its own. And then I see that I'll look at the results. And then from there, I make decisions to basically scale up or go down, yeah. Esen, so marketer use Pixel Helper to track their website, or Google Analytics is a better option? Okay, so Pixel Helper is just for me to look at pixels. It's not tracking it. It's for me to look at which website has pixels inside. To launch your own pixel, I'm just going to show you this one, yeah? To launch your own pixel is you come inside here, right? And then you see we have pixels. Sorry, not pixels here. We come to your ads manager, and then we have this thing called audiences. And then we have this thing called, events manager. They changed the name, events manager. So events manager is basically your pixels, all right? So click on events manager, and you'll be brought to this page, yeah, where you can install this script, inside your page itself. Okay, so there you see, this is the DSM submit pixel. All right. So basically what you do is you build up click on this pixel here, and you install a pixel into your website. So Facebook can track things that happen on your website as well. So come to here, setup, and then you can see install pixel. So a pixel is nothing more than just a small little code, right? Yeah, is this code here? See this code here? This code here is placed on a website. So what's going to happen is when someone goes to your website, Facebook can still see what's happening there. What is people clicking on? That's what pixels are for. Okay. Okay, so Google Analytics is the better option. So we use both. Yeah, you can use Facebook to track. Google Analytics will tell me more things. Google Analytics is also very powerful. It tells me a lot of things about the users on our site itself and how they're moving, what's their behavior, and more. But that's for another day. Okay. How can I check my ads is really effective, like chart or graph to observe? You check your ads is effective by the sales it brings in, right? By the sales it's bringing in. So you go back to your ads manager and you see whether your ads is bringing you conversion. How do you track conversion? With pixels, right? So you can see that, for example, DS, ooh, a bit small, yeah, but you can see this, DSMOOC. Am I looking at the right thing? No, sorry, wrong one. Okay, DSMOOCCONV, we have 5 purchases. That's how you track whether your ads is effective or not. And in this case, our CAC is 80 ringgit per CAC, per customer acquisition. Okay, so you track that by looking at the results. Understand that Facebook bans ads image with a lot of text. Is this still happen? So Facebook does not ban ads with a lot of text anymore, but your reach will be much lower. So because Facebook is based on a bidding system, they will show other people's ads that has no text and has better user experience compared to your ads. Your ads will suffer. Your ads will become more expensive. Your ads will show less. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my slides and then come back to the questions if I have more. I know some people it's getting late, so some people are planning to go off soon. Okay, so we have reached to the end of this session. Okay, so what I've done today is I've shown you how to run a basic ad and I've shown you how to run a retargeting ad as well. I know it could be confusing if you're just looking at me doing this, but of course you can rewatch the whole session and I recommend you to go through Facebook ads and try to run it yourself, and that's the way you're going to learn. All right. Now, when running ads, last piece of advice is to always know your CAC, which is your customer acquisition cost, and your CLTV, your customer lifetime value. That is very important before you throw any ads into Facebook, because though Facebook is affordable, it can get pretty expensive if you do not know your numbers. So it's very important. So I'll stop for Q&A in a while later. So the thing here is, what is your Facebook ad strategy going to look like? I showed you how I've done a strategy quickly using DigitalKit and how we actually build a funnel around it. And you can copy the exact same funnel as well or design one around your own business. But remember, when you run ads, you always want to build a relationship with your audience first. Right now, all of you know me, and it's going to be easier for me to sell something if I sell you something, right? So always build a relationship with your audience. That's the number one thing you want to do. All right. So thank you so much again for joining me in this session. Now, all sessions today will be uploaded to digitalkit.org. So we are going to create a new login for the website itself. So what's going to happen after here, right? I know this is the final session. Now, what's going to happen after here is we're going to create sort of a membership site where everyone here today will be given a login access. So you'll be able to log in and to access more content that we give out to you. And your login will be sent to you on Thursday itself. Okay, so if you don't receive that login from me on Thursday, just ping me in the Telegram group. I'll be there to help you. Now, next week, we plan on using, we are planning on doing more sessions as well. Next week, we're going to do one on using data to grow your business, and it will be presented and also done by none other than Dr. Lau, who is also in this meeting as well. So he'll be talking about how to use data to grow your business itself. Dr. Lau is a partner, a friend, and also a mentor, and he is an expert when it comes to data and using it to grow businesses. So that's what's going to happen next week. You'll all be notified via email and also via the Telegram group itself. So stay in the email list. I won't retarget you, don't worry. I won't sell you anything right now. Okay, so this is just for sharing purposes, and I hope you learn something. I hope you learn something that you can use for your business over these 4 days. And just with a blink of an eye, we have gone through 4 days. So thank you again for being with me until the end of this session. I appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoyed every session, and I hope you can find useful nuggets from this session today. Okay, now I'm going to stop here for Q&A. This is the end of the session. I'm happy to take any questions that you have. Again, thank you so much again. Yeah, thank you for, it's a pleasure to actually present to you, and I hope this has been helpful to all of you. Okay, I'll take more questions if you have. I'll stay on here for another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a day, okay? Now you can ask me anything. We have gone through landing pages. We have gone through, what else? We have gone through payment buttons, right? We have gone through email automation. We have gone through Facebook ads. I know this is huge. Digital marketing is huge, and that's why we have courses for this, right? It's huge, but you don't have to learn every single thing to start doing something today, right? Start small. It's fine. Start with your landing page. Start experimenting with Facebook, but importantly, know a few numbers first before you go on. Okay. Take Chi attended a few marketing classes before. I'll say this training worth for this 1,000. Thank you for that thing. I hope this really helps you a lot, and I appreciate that you enjoyed this thing. Okay. Okay. Understand that Facebook will suspend your account. What kind of ads should we be cautioned? Now, there's a few lists of ads you cannot run on Facebook. And Facebook actually puts that down in the document somewhere. But few things I just can think of out of my head right now is you can never run ads that shows before, after. So like gyms, right? Especially gyms that like to show before, after photos. You cannot do that. You do that, you get banned. Yeah, so for Facebook ads policy, you can't do before, after. You can't do things like, oh, before I trade in the market, now I trade now so high. You can't do before and after. You can't do 18xx kind of, of ads. You can't do gambling. You can't do alcohol. You can't do a lot of different things, right? You can't do racial. You can never do political, although there's a scandal about this, right? And a few things so a few things you can't do. So these are a few things you can do. You can't do like all those basic stuff, right? Yeah, never ever do gambling. You get banned immediately by Facebook. All right, so thank you again, Tekchi. I hope this was insightful for you, and thanks for the compliments. I really appreciate it. You don't know how much it means to me. What is my online marketing fee per hour per day? That's a very hard question to answer because I charge based on what I can help. So I don't help every company out there. I only help companies that I know I can help. And it depends on the amount of work and the effort that I put in. Yeah. If you'd like to speak to me, you can always drop me an email at ruben@thelead.io. Okay. Let's see. What is the optimization event you will recommend when creating ads? Okay, so the optimization event that I recommend you depends on who you're reaching out. If you're reaching out to a cold audience, you probably want to get engagements first. Yeah, so that will be like getting engagement first, getting them to land on your site first. Then when you move on to a warm audience, if you are running ads towards a warm audience or a hot audience, people who have known you before, people whom you are retargeting, then you can move towards a different types of optimization event, like a conversion optimization or a click to link optimization. Okay. Okay, some site track. Thank you for sharing that, Brian. I think the policies ads is going to help a lot of people. Thank you to do that. Link. Just some sidetrack if you don't mind. Yeah. Scenario one, when we see a video shared in someone's Facebook post and we wish to share that video too, must we ask permission to share that post? Actually, to be honest, you don't have to ask permission to share that post, right? Anything that you post on Facebook, I think if you read the fine legal lines, anything that you post on Facebook is basically belongs to them already. It doesn't belong to you, right? If you want things to belong to you, write a blog, come up with a blog. Don't post on Facebook. And you see, that's the reason why I write a blog. I have a blog. I don't really post a lot of things on Facebook because anything you post on Facebook don't belong to you anymore. It becomes a public domain. Can we download the video and share in our page? Oh, no, you can't do that, yeah? So as a Facebook user, you can't actually go and download someone else's video and share your own page. Don't do that. But if you like to do that, there are tools to do that. Would you like to know how? Oh, my gosh, why am I showing you this? Okay, so if you are... Okay, let's say you go on Facebook, and you have a video there. I think there's a few extensions that can do that. You can use, where's my extensions? Let me just see. Extensions, more tools, extensions. So I have this extension called, the video download helper, right? So basically what this extension does in Google Chrome is it finds out what kind of videos you have on your webpage and allows you to download it. So let's see if this works on Facebook. Yeah, I'm going to refresh this. And you see that I've got a few videos here from Benson or whoever here, right? And then let's just see if you can download the videos off. Oops, where is it? Okay, I can't find the plugin right now. I'm not using it, but yeah, you can actually download videos from Facebook. It's not that hard. You just use an extension for that. Yeah, I've on it already. Okay. Okay, I can't seem to find this. I just can't find that function right now, but yeah. Oh, this one here. Okay, sorry. Okay, so when you click on that extension, you can see that we have a few videos here, right? So one is 600 bytes, and all these are videos on Facebook itself. So if I click on one of them, let's say this one, we can download that Facebook video that is on our page right now. Okay, so how does it? But don't do that. It's not illegal. It's not legal to do that. How can I link my post on Facebook to Instagram at the same time? Oh, okay. So you want to post one time and then link to both. Is that what you want to do? Post on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. Now you can use something known as Hootsuite, for example. Okay, so Hootsuite is a more advanced thing, so I wouldn't recommend you to do this, yeah. But if you want to save time posting, you can. So you use something like Hootsuite. Hootsuite is a social media management sort of tool. Okay, I'm just going to type to everyone. Hootsuite. Okay, I'm going to go to my lead social management, yeah, so you don't see what I have to show you here. Okay, so when you go to Hootsuite, and what you can do here is you can choose a new post, right? When you choose a new post, you can post, let's say, I want to post. You can create a post line basically, right? And then what we do is we can choose different types of social networks, social platforms. So we can choose Facebook, we can choose LinkedIn, we can choose Instagram, and then we can post on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram at the same time. And when you click on post now, this exact same thing will go out on 3 platforms. So social media agencies use platforms like this to work faster, right? I don't think it's necessary if you're running a small business. I don't think this is necessary at all. Okay, normally this is used by agencies, or if you want, you can use something like Zapier. Remember Zapier? We can automate stuff. So when I post on Facebook, also post on Instagram. You can do that. I think there's a way for do that. So let me see, there's Facebook pages, and Instagram, for example. Okay, so when there's a new post from me, then post a new post on Instagram, something like that. You can do that as well. Okay, automate the thing, automate the process. All right, I'll take one more question and then I'm going to go off for today. I hope this session was insightful, and sorry again for running late up to 10:16. But it's all in the name of sharing, and also I hope everyone gains something from this. So thank you again for joining me. Okay, I think I answered most questions. Okay, so if there are no more other questions, then thank you again for joining me in this session. This is the final session for the going online in the 4 days. I hope I've shown you and demonstrate to you that you can actually go online in those 4 days, actually faster than that. In the first day itself, we have actually built a landing page and you actually go online already. Yeah, so do it. I hope you take action and build it for your business. And if you always ever need help, come back to the Telegram group. I'll be there to help you. You can also email me for any questions you have, or anything that you need. You want to ask me something. I might not be able to reply that fast to you because I have a lot of emails coming in, but I would definitely reply to everyone. All right. So thank you again. And I guess I'll see you in the next sessions where we have different other series. Yeah, different other series where we come out with different things like learning how to use data for businesses and more. We will update you via your emails and maybe run a bit of retargeting ads to inform you about the new sessions coming in. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much for joining. Hope everyone stays safe and stay home. And till next time, good night and bye bye.